In this video, I'm going to talk about the difference of squares and factoring. So let's start with a problem, just like this. X squared minus 16. And say we want to factor this. This is called a binomial because we have only two terms, x squared and negative 16. The secret to doing the difference of squares factoring is to be able to recognize a square. So when I say a square, what I mean is the number 16 can be factored into 4 and 4. So if we multiply 4 times 4, well, that's the same as 4 squared. All right. So the way we would factor this is we recognize we have a difference of x squared minus a perfect square. 16 is a perfect square of 4 squared. So we're going to take each one of those parts of the square and we're going to factor them out as follows. We'll subtract one of the squares, say we're going to subtract 4, and then we're going to write the other one, the other factor, as x plus this plus the other one, plus the other 4. Okay? So we've used both of those terms in factoring. Now, what I want you to do also is convince yourself that this is going to work by doing FOIL. So FOIL is x squared plus 4x minus 4x minus, now negative 4 times 4 is just minus 16. Well, look what happens. Okay, this is just going to equal x squared, and if we add these two terms together, we get 0. So these basically go away, and then we get minus 16. And this is the original problem, right? When we factored it out, we got x minus 4 times x plus 4. But when we checked our answer, we got the x squared minus 16. So that's why it works. Let's try another one. X squared minus 100. Again, you recognize that 100, if you take the square root of 100, it's equal to 10, well, 10 times 10 is equal to 100, so the square root of 100 is just 10. So all we need to do is write x minus 10 times x plus 10. And we have our final answer. Okay. Again, if you want to convince yourself, go ahead and do a FOIL and convince yourself that when you distribute those two factors, you're going to get, or when you use the distributive method, you're going to get x squared minus 100 again. Here's another difference of squares. It may not look like one to you, but there's a little secret here, which is that the 9 is a square, right? That's just 3 times 3. And the 4 is also a square. That's just 2 times 2. So we have a difference of squares. And the way we're going to write this is we're going to take 3x, okay, minus 2. Okay, we're going to use each one of those for the first factor term. And the second factor term, we'll use that 3. And we're going to add the 2 at the end for that factorization. Again, convince yourself. Do check your answer by using the distributive method. We'll get 9x squared plus 6x minus 6x. And that's really the secret right there. Minus 4. And again, I said that's the secret because these terms right here, plus 6 and minus 6, they're just going to equal 0. So we'll be left with 9x squared minus 4. And that matches our original equation. So again, 9x squared minus 4 can be factored as 3x minus 2 times 3x plus 2. And we're done. Where this is really the factorization.